Let's see here. Scott in Mission, Kansas. Hey, Scott, what's on your mind today?
Hey, Tom. Last week I was looking at stuff about Gina Haspel and how she is Trump's #1 pick for CIA director.
Right.
And I saw your program. You're going to talk about the Iraq War. And so I'd like to pitch in about how this sort of like ties in, like the Iraq War and the Black Site prison was a result of that, and how Bush pushed for it to get us in Iraq, and that I watched The Young Turks, and Cenk Uygur pointed out how they did a mock execution to get a prisoner to say Saddam Hussein did 9/11.
Right.
And
so your point, I mean, she apparently she ran the Thailand black site where they tortured 2 innocent men, one of them to the point that he lost his vision, both of them severely suffering now from PTSD and other psychological damage.
Waterboarded someone 83 times.
Right, yeah, who was innocent, it turned out.
And
this was the case that Ellen Ratner's brother, her now deceased brother, Michael Ratner, and the Center for Constitutional Rights took all the way to the Supreme Court. And that story is not getting anything close to the coverage that I think it should get. And I have some real concerns. And apparently not only was she involved in sanctioning the torture, perhaps even overseeing it, certainly overseeing the facility.
Sabotaging evidence as
That's
well.
right. She also apparently ordered the destruction of the videotaping of that torture. And, and we all know why. If Americans saw what was being done by American CIA officers or contractors to human beings, I mean, we would be revolted to see these kind of things being done to dogs.
Yeah, we hung Nazis for this kind of conduct in World War II.
Yep.
And she reopened Soviet gulags, which is where Hitler got the concentration camp from, was this Stalin's gulags.
Well, after World War II, I think it was, and it might have gone back before that. It might have even been World War I or the Spanish-American War, but at some point in the last 150 years, we also hung Filipino prisoners of war for waterboarding American soldiers during the war. And
yeah, I saw that on Cenk Uygur's Daily Rant on MSNBC.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have always, and all the way back to George Washington, who explicitly instructed his troops not to mistreat the people that they had taken as prisoners of war, which then, when the British realized that if they surrendered, they would actually have 3 squares and a place to sleep, whereas, as soldiers, they were more likely to freeze and die. George Washington's "be nice to your prisoners" policy ended the Revolutionary War because it led to massive defections of British troops. And, we did the exact opposite in Afghanistan and Iraq. Instead of opening an opportunity for people to come in and say, hey, we'd like to be on your side, we just, came in as like the bad guys. It was like kind of a bad B movie, what we did. And we're still doing it. We're not still torturing apparently, but although who knows, but we're still occupying these countries and wondering why people don't want their country occupied.
And Obama let the Bush administration off the hook.
Yeah, just like Clinton let the Ford and Reagan administrations off the hook, and it's not a good thing. Scott, thanks a lot for the call, and thanks for watching Free Speech TV. We'll be right back. It's coming up on 10 minutes before the hour.